Hey guys, welcome back to the channel McNallie Money, home of all things stock, investment, and personal finance related. In today's video, we're going to be providing an update on CEL-SCI Corporation, specifically their Multikine therapy. We wanted to talk about a few key developments since our last video and give you a little bit more information about this platform. Now, before we get into that, please take a second, hit the like button, you guys. It's 100% free to do, a huge help to myself and the channel, especially in getting this content to other people like you who may find value. If you're not already subscribed, McNallie Money, feel free to join. We're just about at the 46,000 subscriber milestone. We'd love to have you as part of the community. And finally, leave a comment in the section below letting me know if you're currently holding shares of CEL-SCI, what you think about their technology and roadmap, and your outlook for next year. Now, with that being said, let's get into today's update. Okay guys, so that's right. Today's video, we're going to be providing an update on CEL-SCI Corporation. Trades on the NYSE American under the ticker symbol CVM. Now this is midday on Thursday, September 12th. You can see up about 1.5 cents or 1.3% on the session, currently trading hands at $1.19.5 USD with a market cap in the neighborhood of about $74 million. Now, CEL-SCI is one we've been watching on the channel for quite some time. They've had a number of key developments or recent press releases that I wanted to talk about in today's presentation. If we zoom out to a 1-month graph, you can see they were downtrending really until the start of September. Really on September 6th, they hit a low of $1.05. And if we then fast forward a couple of days to September 10th, you can see a huge jump from $1.06 on the 10th of September all the way up to $1.18.5 on September 11th. And that's really why I figured it was time we get an update out on CEL-SCI and dive into some of these recent press releases. So as a quick refresher, if we jump over to the corporate website, I'll leave this linked in the video description below as well. CEL-SCI is empowering immune defenses, dedicated to research and development, directed at improving the treatment of cancer, autoimmune, and infectious diseases, with a closer look at their business strategy, really discussing their vision and changing the way the world looks at treating cancer. They strive to develop novel immune-based therapies with potential to utilize the body's own immune defense system against the disease, being cancer, with the possibility of minimal toxicity to our normal cells and organ systems. Now, the way in which they do that is through CEL-SCI's lead investigational therapy, Multikine, which is a leukocyte interleukin injection currently being developed as a potential therapeutic agent directed at enabling the immune system to use the body's own anti-tumor immune response. And we'll really touch more on the Multikine platform itself and technology throughout today's presentation. Now, there's 3 core beliefs behind CEL-SCI. Number 1 is the immune system within our own bodies is continuously fighting off cancer. As we age, our immune system weakens, making us more likely to develop cancer with each passing year. And that is why cancer generally occurs more frequently, at least in older people. Now, with that being said, CEL-SCI believes that we have the potential to enhance this weakened immune system to further or better fight cancer in patients. Now, in addition to that, they believe in creating genuinely new and innovative therapies that have the potential to meet unmet medical needs, as we've discussed in previous coverage, as opposed to minor innovations to existing therapies or Me Too products. So they're looking for net new proprietary therapies that can better serve these patients. Now, finally, they believe that it is possible to create a safe and non-toxic cancer drug, with their phase 3 data suggesting they may have already done so. Now, with that being said, we're going to jump into some recent press releases or developments in relation to Multikine itself. So I wanted to do a quick refresher on what this cancer immunotherapy is all about. It's a controlled mixture of natural cytokines and biological molecules that is given right after the diagnosis, before surgery, radiation, or chemotherapy has taken place, and thus damaged the immune system further. This is a unique approach compared to normal cancer drug development, which focuses on late-stage patients with metastasized or recurrent tumors. So again, very innovative and unique approach. Now, because this has to occur before surgery, there's only a 3-week window or treatment that's permitted to avoid further delays of surgery. Other drugs require months of treatment. So time is of the essence, and on top of that, the drug needs to be very safe and non-toxic since the patients are newly diagnosed and having to go through additional treatment or surgeries down the road. So Multikine actually fulfills each of these requirements. Now, if you focus in just to head and neck cancer, with a prevalence of about 900,000 cases per year, the target population for Multikine would be estimated at around 100,000 cases per year. So that would create a new standard of care specifically for head and neck cancer that again is currently not available to patients. So with that being said, if we now jump over to the news section of the corporate website, there's two specific articles that just came out in September, both in relation to Multikine, that I wanted to talk through in more detail. So the first came out September 4th, talking about the UK's Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency granting CEL-SCI a pediatric waiver, bringing Multikine one step closer to further marketing clearance. Now, in more plain terms, what that means is CEL-SCI Corporation on the 4th of September received a decision letter from the UK's or United Kingdom's Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, MHRA, granting Multikine a product-specific waiver for the treatment of head and neck cancer, which is what we just saw in the previous slide. Now, this is for a pediatric population of people up to 18 years of age. And as a result, CEL-SCI will not be required to evaluate Multikine in a pediatric population as part of their license and marketing clearance review in the United Kingdom. So this obviously takes them one step closer, clears a potential roadblock, with the CEO of CEL-SCI going on to say, well, we prepare to commence our confirmatory FDA registration study of Multikine here in the US, and elsewhere, we are very pleased to receive continued positive responses from the UK's Healthcare Regulatory Agency. This pediatric waiver accelerates our path to marketing approval in the UK and is another great example of the optimism really around the world that is seen for this Multikine platform. And below you can see Multikine itself significantly extending the life in its target patient population, demonstrating a 73% survival rate with Multikine versus only 45% without Multikine at 5 years after treatment. Now the second press release came out on the 10th of September. This one is entitled CEL-SCI to present new data for Multikine head and neck cancer immunotherapy at European Society for Medical Oncology 2024 Congress. And this one is a big deal for the industry. It takes place from the 13th to the 17th of September in Barcelona, Spain. And with CEL-SCI recently receiving the go-ahead from the US Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, to commence a confirmatory registration study of Multikine in the treatment of head and neck cancer, as we just learned, it's a very timely presentation for the team at CEL-SCI to make. So another key development or catalyst to keep your eye on in the upcoming days. Now, on top of all of that, and as we talked about in our most recent coverage on CEL-SCI, they also have this state-of-the-art dedicated manufacturing facility located near Washington, D.C. in the United States, with over $200 million already being invested in drug manufacturing. This facility was built before the phase 3 trial started, and they've recently doubled their capacity in preparation for commercialization. There's over 73,000 square feet of manufacturing and R&D space, with an initial capacity of 12,000 plus treatments per year for this complex biologic manufacturing process. So for those reasons, you guys, definitely one you may want to include on your watch list if you're looking for exposure to the biotech, healthcare, or medical fields. As you can see on the screen, they've had a number of key developments or investment highlights already come to fruition, with more recent press releases coming out in the past few weeks, and a number of future catalysts on the horizon. Now, I'd be curious to hear in the comment section below if you're currently holding shares of CEL-SCI, what you think about this company's Multikine platform and their outlook into next year. If you're still watching the video at this point, hopefully you found some value, so make sure you hit the like button. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, McNallie Money, feel free to join. That's all for now. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.